Oh, is it recording? It's recording. What's up, everybody? I'm using my phone for this really briefly. You actually look like you're a little crooked there. That might be helpful. I don't know. Anyway, today, well, what's up, everybody? My name's Russ, rwgresearch.com. Today, I just want to talk about some general thoughts and try to kind of address a few things that other people think need addressing, and whether that's true or not doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, I'm just trying to express my feelings to you guys, the world. So I want to talk about, basically, I want to talk about the way people think and the way people do things. And I only have a few minutes to do this, so I don't want to speak for 10 hours here. But, you know, I do everything open source. I do everything in the public eye. I do a lot of research and try to use the inspiration from others to achieve the goal that we're trying to achieve as a group, right? As an open source community. And there's sometimes people that come along who want to help, and they also want to, you know, get credit for them helping. And the best way to do that is give me a place to reference where the information is coming from, or what I'm trying to research, or where I got my inspiration. Now, I try to do that myself by mentioning names. I try to, you know, say, hey, so-and-so, you know, inspired me to look at things in this way. And sometimes people, you know, they don't give me direct answers. And a lot of times I ask people not to give me direct answers. And I do that for one reason, because, you know, it's nice to be able to be inspired by someone else's thought process, and then for you to discover it on your own. And so a lot of that's been happening lately. There's an individual that I keep mentioning. His name is Steve. I'm not going to say his last name. If he wants me to put it in the description, I'll do that. I will link back to his YouTube. And Steve has been, you know, me and him have been talking off and on, you know, once or twice a month over the last couple of months or so. And he's really inspired me to look at things differently. And there's an occasion or two where I must have said something that didn't give him enough credit. So he wants me to kind of credit him directly, and I can only do so much. So this video is kind of to help credit him, and to let, you know, you guys know that he's been a lot of my inspiration. But really, you know, at the end of the day, although he has given me a lot of inspiration, it's the countless hours of work I put in myself to understand what he's trying to express. And that's why sometimes the credit doesn't get linked back directly. Now, I don't like the word ego, but for me individually, I let go of my ego a long time ago. And there are a lot of people who have a lot of ego. And when you work in an open source community and you want to try to share knowledge, you have to learn to try to let go of the ego, because it can affect the outcome of how credit is given to people. Now, I'm not saying that that is the situation here. I'm just trying to express that it could be part of it. And that I have my own ego, and I tried to let that go a long time ago, and it still creep back up on you every once in a while. And so at the end of the day, you guys know that I try to do my best to reference where my information is coming from, to reference where my inspiration is coming from, to show you what I've done myself on the bench, and to show you what I have tried to demonstrate for myself. And those are like my own little discoveries of rediscoveries. And here's the thing. I'm 99% sure that most of you will agree with me that most of the time we are just rediscovering things that have already been discovered. And so with that, if you just put your mindset there and say, hey, this stuff's already been worked on, it's already been proven to other people's minds, and now you're just rediscovering it. And I really truly believe that this is just a rediscovery of other people's work along the way. I really do. So full credit goes to every individual out there who ever have helped me, either be financially, whether it be spiritually, whether it be with knowledge, whether it be with inspiration. I try to do my best to do that, okay? And I'm not always successful at that. I don't always hit the nail on the head, but I try to do my best. Okay, and I'm going to read a quote, and I can't pronounce the guy's name very well, so forgive me, but here is the quote. "No man invents anything. He builds and extends a little with his friends and on the shoulders of others." This is Dr. John Vencent. It's Atanasoff, Atanasoff. Can't say it very well, but basically, that's a great quote. Okay, no man invents anything. He builds and extends a little with his friends and on the shoulders of others. And when you work in that mentality of thinking, you do your best to express your credit to others who have helped you along the way. And I do the same thing. So, Steve, thanks for helping me. Thanks for inspiring me. Thanks for giving me a view in a different light and seeing things in a different way. And what I do on my own bench and what I've done in my own research with your inspiration is something that I've been trying to share with others. So, for this particular instance, I would actually recommend for people who really want that deep fundamental credit, such as Steve, who wants that, knowledge of this is where the guidance or the credit or the whatever you want to put it in a box, okay? Write it down, make a video about it, express it publicly, and I've had other people tell me, such as Steve and others, that they have a hard time expressing these things because people won't accept what they're trying to say, and that's very true. And so, if a person like Steve is going to encourage me to work on something in a certain way, then I will do my best to credit that person back and reference back to that point. And also, that person needs to realize that I spent fundamentally, in this case, almost the exact same amount of time, effort, working towards understanding these principles. So, at the end of the day, you guys know that I try to do my best to give everyone the credit of inspiration, the credit of knowledge, and I've got books back here of all the different people that have inspired me, and I link everything in the description. So I just want to let you guys know that my source of inspiration comes from all over the place, and sometimes I don't reference back to that point until a little bit later. And I do that because sometimes if I say a word or a name or something like this, you will automatically just shut your mind down because you're like, oh, so-and-so, blah, 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 and you'll just shut your mind down. So it's actually better to express it and then credit down the road later, and kind of like a delayed credit. And I definitely always, credit down the road because that's the way life should be. You should give your references, give your credits, give your love. But at the end of the day, I do my best, and I'm only human. And I love you guys, and ultimately, at the end of the day, love is the only thing that matters. Let's love one another, okay? Let's encourage one another, all right? If someone stabs somebody in the back because that they think they should have got credit when they didn't, well, by golly, let's figure it out. Let's reference it. Let's write it down. Let's put some links in descriptions. Let's put it in the comments. Let's express those feelings and set them free and get them right, because ultimately we are in this boat together. We have got to work together. We've got to love each other. We've got to encourage one another, and we have to try to just be one to achieve our goal. Okay, it's really difficult. I really don't, this has happened many times in the past. This is one incident that I'm talking about now, and there are about 10 instances that I can reference, and I've always tried to set those instances correct and free them up. And it looks like my time's about out because this thing only recorded for 10 minutes. That's good for you. So I love you guys. Thanks for listening. Check all the links in the description. I will try to just compile all the links in the description of this video so that, and it'll be delayed probably like an hour after the video is uploaded because I have to go actually do all that. So I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for encouraging. Thanks for being an inspiration. And we are standing on, guess what? The shoulders of giants. And that's the way it'll be. All right. Much love. Read the Bible more. It's good inspiration, let me tell you. All right. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.